Two dudes, one VHS. Rewind the time, no need to guess. Pop it in, press play, don't stress. It's a movie night, pure retro mess. Old tapes, big last memories flash. We're kicking it back when classics last. So grab some snacks and don't you fret. Two dudes, one VHS.
Hey guys, we're back. This is now, part 2 of Sidekicks. Again, it was a really long one, so we're reintroducing second part due.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep
Let's see,
going.
man. We may see ghosts. But, before we finish this gym class, I'd like to just bring a word from our sponsor here. So that look on your face. We now have a sponsor. So I'd like to thank
Insert name here.
our sponsor for today's episode. They make the best
Insert products here.
that you can get. So be a sponsor as well. Just like
Insert name here.
You're so
we love our
stupid.
sponsors. Rama, don't mock our sponsors. We're not going to get any signups if this is the way you're treating them. Again,
Insert name here.
we love you. We appreciate you. Anyways,
Oh my god, that was so
so
good.
Barry makes it up the rope, and the coach is now completely impressed with Barry, and we hear applause, but I don't see anybody clapping. So I'm not sure who was applauding, but okay. Good job. Barry gets down and he shoots his shot with Lauren. Actually, this was not in the gym. It was cut the next scene. They were walking home
Right.
outside her house. He gives it a shot. I like you. There's no way she didn't know that he liked her. There's absolutely no way. He's very obvious about it.
Barry.
He's got a crush on her. And the way she responds, she's like, go out? What? Yes, go out. And she says, just not into him kind of thing. Like, wow. All of a sudden, I'm not a fan of Winnie Cooper.
Yeah.
Like, you've been leading him on this whole time. You're telling me you have no idea that he had a crush on you. He says, oh, wow. Yeah, so Cellini was right.
You just pitied
You just feel bad for me. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a sad moment.
It's sad.
Especially when he ran off.
Yeah. He runs off.
Again, asthmatic, running off. Did not go well.
Because he barely makes it home. He collapses on that swing and he needs a puff. But now now all of a sudden he doesn't know how to use his inhaler.
Yeah. Exactly.
He smashes it down. So at this moment, the inhaler breaks. And are we to assume that, okay, asthma's just a mental thing. You don't really need your inhaler. It's all in your mind. And then all of a sudden we realize, nope, he's in an ambulance.
Well, hold on. There was a
needed this
daydream before
There was
he
a
goes to
daydream,
the
yeah.
ambulance where he's got chains around his chest and his teacher, who is, again, a German
Like he's a
torturer,
Nazi. Yeah.
is literally tightening those chains, and all you can see is Barry going, I can't breathe, Chuck. I can't breathe. And then all you hear is Chuck saying, hang in there, man, hang in there. But in reality, it was his dad.
This is dead in the
Saying
back
that.
of the ambulance. Honestly, this daydream completely eludes me. I didn't remember it from my previous watches.
Yeah.
Like maybe because it's so short and it's not like there's really no villain besides
Now, again,
the teacher.
which movie was this homage to? Because I don't remember anything with Germans in
Yeah. This one, maybe that's why I don't remember it very well because it's just, why is he German? Why is he a Nazi? Why is he on this torture rack? Like none of this made sense.
Yeah. Because like all the other
Ones
daydreams
had ties to movies.
tied to a
Yeah.
movie. This was the only one that I really, like, I knew all the other ones were tied to a movie. This one had no idea what movie it was.
Yeah. Very, very strange. And why are we saying that the teacher is the one who's causing this problem with his breathing when, hey man, you did the rope on your own. The teacher is well aware that you cannot do these physical activities
Right.
besides this rope, because apparently that's one of those things that it's okay for someone with asthma. I don't know. Very strange. But in this daydream, I did expect, like, it just felt like that the coach was going to turn into Freddy Krueger all of a sudden. Like, it
Right.
just felt like one of those Nightmare on Elm Street type dreams.
Yeah.
It was very weird. Didn't suit the rest of them. So he's in the hospital. He's laying in the bed, and the uncle comes in, and he's got this little jar for him. So it's what? It's either Bengay or like tiger balm, some kind of weird concoction he made.
And it's something magical, apparently.
But I never thought of anything about this scene in the past until this rewatch. When I'm watching it, I'm like, that's a lot of breast fondling. Okay, you can stop now. Please
Yeah.
stop now. Like, why? And then it's cuts from the other angle and he's still rubbing one boob with one hand. I'm like, this is starting to get a little creepy. Like,
So
I
this,
didn't time it, but I should have timed it. It
I
took way
was
too long
gonna
to
say,
apply.
is this the 90s boob shot that we're getting now
I guess so. This
with the dough?
this must be our equivalent.
Because I want
God,
to say
he's-
after the 80s, the 90s, you didn't get as much of it. So this
No.
was the closest to the boob shots that we got in the 90s.
And I was like, Mako, like, stop. Just stop. Step away from the young boy. It's too much. Because, you know, we've Vicks, Vapor Rub. We've all had it when we were kids. You know, your parents would rub a little bit right here on your chest.
Yeah.
Right underneath your mouth and your nose. And that was it. You know, like, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds.
Done.
Done. This was like so much rubbing. Like, even this, I'm feeling dirty. Like,
it was
just what is
highly
going on?
inappropriate for the 90s, 2000s, and now.
Yeah, it reminds me of the scene in Mr. Deeds, in the shower scene where
Yep.
the one guy is soaping his ass.
Yeah.
And the other guy is like, please stop soaping your ass. Like, it just, I felt like that needed to be said. Like, somebody had to walk in, like maybe a nurse who's actually in the room too goes, can you stop? It's just very weird. So now Barry's going to sleep. Mako's leaving the room. He's actually going to sleep. So I'm like, all right, what dream sequence is next? We don't get one.
Nothing. So apparently he
actually
doesn't
sleeping
dream when
now.
he sleeps. He only dreams when he's awake.
Yeah, when he's sitting or standing up is the only times he dreams. I don't get this kid.
I don't get it either. That made no sense to me. Like, you're a dreamer. The whole movie is about dreams. You finally go to sleep and cut to next scene.
Which then brings me back to, you know, a bunch of this, because what was in that stuff? What did what did the creepy uncle put in this concoction that it roofied him?
Probably roofies.
Why is he not dreaming now?
He
Oh
wasn't
my God.
expecting him to.
What actually did the uncle actually leave the room? I don't know what's going on. It takes a pretty nasty turn here. I don't know what's going on. It didn't before for me, but it did now.
No, it did at that point. You're right.
The next scene, we do get another montage. They're in the park. They're working out. They're doing some martial arts. It was always fun. You know, I also did martial arts, and when you were not in the actual building, it was fun. You're out on the grass. You're doing something different. So it was good to see that in a montage.
Did you notice that too in that montage that there were some parts that you could see that it was the main actor, and then other parts it was
Right.
like some guy that was
Absolutely.
like literally a foot and a half taller than him doing the exact same moves? I was like, he's supposed to be shorter than Mako, and in this montage right now, he's literally a foot taller than Mako.
Yeah, it was clear a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Did you notice too? So they do a board break, a single piece of board.
Yep.
Now, one thing I always learned about board breaking was the grain.
Yeah.
The grain has to be going along the line because
Yep.
you want it to snap along that line.
Right.
If you spin it and the lines are going this way, it's definitely harder to break. So in the first angle, the grains were going this way as he was bringing his hand down.
Yep.
But in the next shot, it got spun because you could see the cut edge
Yep.
now the other way. So I guess at some point they spun it around. They didn't catch that they had it wrong in the first angle. I just noticed that. Then we go back to the restaurant. Mako gives Barry this drink and this jar to take home of some weird green stuff that apparently stinks.
And apparently fixes his asthma.
Yeah. In the morning, he's drinking it again in a little mug, and it smells bad because the dad thinks that there's a sewage problem nearby. He's smelling out the window. Wonder what the hell, some kind of weird homemade remedy. I don't know. We don't actually get to find out what was in it. But Barry now runs to school, which I guess is an improvement. He's slowly getting better. He also wants to partake now in gym, but here we are. The teacher won't have it. This is the point where he says, no, you know, the liability, you could die. Sorry, the kids are sneaking by.
Hi, kids.
They can't hear you. I'm wearing headphones.
All right.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry.
So he's He's getting it from the teacher, but he won't give up. He wants to do it. He wants to do these push-ups.
Yeah.
Now, as far as asthma goes and what you can and can't do, we've tried to discuss this already, but it's a push-up.
Yeah.
You know, if you can only do 2, then only do 2. At least you tried. It's not like he's getting put on the treadmill at maximum speed.
Exactly.
Let him do the push-ups, but whatever. You could tell that the coach too doesn't want him to partake, but is also kind of proud that he is.
That he is.
So he's ribbing him a little bit about it. I also like that the coach doesn't just side with Cellini when Cellini was mocking him. He's an equal playing level teacher.
Yeah.
He gives Cellini some laps. Like, you're an idiot. Go do this.
Go do how many laps
It's
did he
my
say?
class.
38 laps?
I think 20, or was it 38? But
it was
Cellini
some
was
random
obviously
number. It
pissed.
wasn't even like a regular like 20 or 40. It was like a 37 or a 38 laps. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Maybe the coach has timed it out and that takes the whole class.
Oh, I
He knows
guess that's true.
exactly.
That's true.
In the next scene, we're back at the Frying Dragon, which we haven't talked about, but what a great name for the restaurant.
Frying Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a full mockery of the Chinese accent, let's be honest.
So it's that. It's also, the flying dragon. But yeah, the pronunciation of flying and frying is
Yeah.
funny. Just great. It was very fun. Mako gives now Barry some real nunchucks.
Yep.
Now, what the hell's he thinking? Like, I get it, tough love and stuff, but can you give him some foam ones at least to practice with?
Well, his comment is like, if you don't use these properly, they will make you sing. But if you use them properly, they will sing. So when I was thinking about that, I'm like, so when it goes to him starting to use it, the first thing he does is try to go between his legs, which again, why
Right.
the hell are you going right between your legs? Why? So literally it made him sing because he hit himself in the balls at that point. Right. And then the second thing that he tries to do is wrap around his freaking head so it hits himself. Like, learn to control them first before you start to do those specific items. Right. I don't know. It was.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like the usual this, those, work on those.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, going around the head and getting it to stop before it hits you. I don't even understand the coming up between the legs. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that in a demonstration anyway.
Me either.
I don't know what he was after, but God, just dumb. And the next scene, back at the house, Miss Chen is doing one of her karate forms.
Right.
And you know what? I've never done karate, but this one just seems very Tai Chi. It's super slow and reserved. And the dad is there and he loves it and he's a big fan. And she tries to teach him and he makes a mockery of it immediately.
Immediately.
I don't know. Like, if I were in her shoes, is it funny and cute or is it you're making a mockery of this?
Well,
You're an ass.
obviously at this point too, you could tell that she's kind of falling for him kind of thing. So she basically says it doesn't matter how you do it. It's as long as it comes from the heart.
It's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they touch hands and they look into each other's eyes and weird moment.
Next scene.
Barry is having a conversation now with Mako.
Yep.
He's aware about his daydreaming and he's asking him about it and fully aware that it's not normal.
Fully aware. It only took like what, years for him to figure it out, but fully aware.
Yes, so strange. But we cut after this little heartfelt talk to an actual fight training montage where they're actually throwing kicks and punches and stuff. Now, the biggest training we've seen between Mako and Miyagi is Miyagi used everyday life into the training so that muscle memory would kick in all the training. Mako's doing it completely differently. Like, he's actually doing what we see every day in martial arts. You want to learn how to block, you're going to practice blocks. If you want to learn how to kick, you're going to practice kicks. You're going to do, which training method is better?
That's a good question. And I want to say the Miyagi form is better because and you're physically aware of all your day-to-day movements. So you're constantly thinking about those movements as you're doing it, knowing that, okay, like the jacket on, jacket off, wax on, wax off, those kind of items are.
I'm going to pretend like you didn't just say that.
Anyways.
I'm going to pretend like you didn't just reference the Jaden Smith and Jackie
And
Chan
Jackie
Karate
Chan one.
Kid
Yeah, yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put it in there because it is, again,
No, no,
it's
no.
part of the Karate Kid kind of thing. Anywho, anyways, the actual movements, your day-to-day life would teach you more than constant repetition.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm unsure on. Obviously, Miyagi's way was subtle, gentler, even. Whereas Mako is like, you know what? You need to die to do this. Like, go run, go do this, go do that. Like, exhaust yourself.
But I think Mako was more leaning towards not just the training, trying to help him with his lung capacity.
Right. The next scene, we see Barry. He's got the balls, soccer balls or whatever. We're in gym class. Now, Barry's in gym clothes. Cellini and his goons are in the bleachers in their casual clothes. Winnie, Lauren, is in her cheerleading outfit. So what is happening right now? Is this gym class? Because why isn't everybody in gym class? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
I
What
want
is
to
this
say
right
it's
now?
prep before gym class, and because Barry, this is what I was thinking about too when I saw this scene, because again, they were all in the other boys were all in their clothes. Because Barry is on this strict, he can't do anything. He's the one that's preparing for gym class. So getting the balls, getting the equipment out, getting all that stuff out, and getting everything ready. That's his gym credits, let's just say. That's what I was thinking.
So are you saying that everybody else is on a recess? Like, why are the goons just sitting up there chilling?
I'm saying that they're probably on break, some type of break. They're watching obviously watching the cheerleaders cheer, which, by the way, those cheerleading outfits, horrible. They were on their break, and Barry was the one that was prepping for gym because that's his credits. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. And then here's where we see Barry actually stand up to Cellini.
Right.
And you know what? He takes him down not once but twice.
Yeah.
Very well. The first time with the leg, the other time with the flat. Great job. Now, what we don't understand though, unlike Karate Kid, is this is the only time they actually square off together.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very strange. You know, like we assume, having, let's say, watched this for the first time, we're assuming this is building up to a big fight like Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Where the two of them duel.
Not the case.
But the coach shows up and breaks them up. And again, here he is. He's kind of proud of him. He's like, Barry, not bad. Yeah. It's like, all right. So Barry gets that little pat on the back, which was nice. But then Lauren comes over. And I'm just like, you know what? Piss off, Cal. You look like you've been leading them on. You told them you don't like them like that. And now you're all like, can I come to the zoo? No, fuck you. Sorry. No, you can't come to the
Wow,
zoo.
that's the first time you've sworn, and I've sworn a million times already in our podcast.
She made me angry. Stupid cheerleaders. And I'm assuming she's like the head cheerleader because when she ran back, she was like giving instructions.
Right.
Like, no, screw you. You cannot come to the zoo. But of course he says yes because he's a little puppy and he's in love with her. Whatever.
Right.
Okay. And we get another dream sequence. Another one. This movie is all dream sequences. This one is by far the craziest one happening. And this is from the movie The Hitman. The mullets, the trench coats, straight out of that movie. Very punk type. Stone is crazy in it. Cellini's crazy in it. The one guy with the mohawk who comes riding down on the lazy boy. It's just so much going on here.
And the acting and overacting in it was ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. It was so weird. And this is where the fake bullets come into play, but okay.
Okay, go ahead, fake bullets.
Where were they shooting? They were literally just spraying and nothing was getting hit. Legit, there was nothing. Nothing.
It was just a mockery of those movies. He even had the one guy who had the Uzi and he was like, it's just a mockery.
And then the explosion of the bazooka that he had was the smallest explosion I've ever seen. So again, not only fake bullets, fake bazooka, fake everything in this one. This one was more fake than the other ones.
All of the others.
Way fake. Like this was so bad. Like my son was just looking at me like, really? This is what we're watching? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you got to remember this was the 90s and, there's no CGI or special effects like now.
This one like we said, over the top.
Yeah.
But this is the first one where Miss Chen is now replaced by Lauren.
Lauren.
And Chuck is like, what the hell, man? He's finally, okay, now he's filling that role. But again, like I said, we've known he has a crush on this girl. Why was she never in it before? Just weird that it finally now he's more age appropriate. I didn't understand it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he did have a crush on his teacher. But now that he knows that his dad is the one dating him, it's like, I have no chance.
In the next scene, we're back in the college classroom, and Cellini brings over the flyer for the All Valley tournament. Sorry, I'm not All Valley. That's Karate Kid. I'm in the Texas Open tournament because we're going to duel. This, you want to fight me? Here's your chance. Okay. All right. This is going somewhere. We're getting like an All Valley tournament here. And then we find out that it's a team competition. So the uncle and Miss Chen are going to join him. I don't understand. Isn't the whole climax, like going to the tournament to stand up to your bully and defeat him and show him that he can't pick on you? So when Cellini gave him this, did he know it was a team tournament? Did he know, like, Barry has no friends? Yeah, meet me in this tournament, but bring some friends.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that too. I was like, Cellini gave it to him as bring your friends kind of thing. I think he was, let's say, scared because Barry finally stood up to him, right? So I'm thinking he gave him this flyer thinking he's not going to come because he has no friends. He has nobody that's going to be able to be on his team. I win by default.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, he's got nobody else who can join his team. Giving him this is just giving it to him. Nothing's going to happen with this.
Exactly.
But okay, he's got a team. The old man and the teacher are going to join in. Weird. We get another montage. This time, Barry's practically a ninja now. He's doing all these flips. He breaks a brick. He's in the background doing the chucks, which isn't him. Super good. It's amazing. Yep. Okay. So now it's obviously we know we're approaching the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The climax is coming.
Yeah.
And we're at the tournament registration. And so they knew it was a team event. Are we now just finding out that it's mandatory for people on the team?
That's what I was thinking too. Is I'm like, you're looking at the form. Does it not say it has to be minimum 4 people?
I don't know. It's very strange because it must say somehow on that sheet that one must be a woman because we have the ladies kata after. So you can't join the ladies kata if you don't have a lady on your team.
On the team.
So it must have been mandatory having at least one female on the team.
Yeah, I didn't get.
It didn't mention 4 people.
I didn't get that in this upcoming scene, but then obviously it pays off in the end. But again, it's like it doesn't make sense to have it realized later on that it's 4. Like you would have seen on that form that it says minimum 4 people and at least 1 lady.
Yeah. So did they know it was 4, but they wanted to use somebody twice? In which case, why wouldn't they be allowed? Why does it have to be one different individual for each event?
Right.
I don't understand the role behind that. But we see Chuck Norris arrives because, well, it's Texas and he's Walker, so big celebrity in Texas. So why not have him as a guest? And the uncle has that ridiculous idea of getting Chuck. We know exactly what he's up to. So he brings Miss Chen and he wants her to go have a conversation and ask. Now, in what world does this work?
It shouldn't. In reality, it should never work.
No. Like, can you imagine? So he's over there talking to the officials and stuff, people to do with the tournament. And Stone comes over and mocks him a little bit. We see that they know each other, which is funny. But the fact that Chen's like, can I speak to you for a minute? A complete nobody. And he breaks off out of the group to come chat with this woman. It seems so fake to me because everybody would want to talk to you then.
Right. That whole building would be lining up for autographs and photos and everything.
Yeah. You would never stop. It just seemed weird. But okay, he indulges her. He comes over and he chats with her. We don't see that conversation. But in the next scene, Barry's sitting on the stairs there, watching what's going on. Why? There is an empty seat, Barry, right beside you. Why are you
multiple empty seats right beside you? Not just the one, but yeah.
Why are you on the stairs? Get out of the way, kid. This is a stair. What if there's a fire? You're trampled. Like,
Yeah.
you're an idiot. Sit in one of these chairs. So we see the legs coming and somebody sits down, and I'm sure even as a kid, I knew that was going to be Chuck. Now, here's where I'm confused again, yet again, about his dreams is we see Chuck's there. Barry turns around and that face on him, just hilarious when he sees Chuck. He's shocked. He's amazed. How does he know it's not a dream?
Right. And that's the other thing too, is like, how does he know it's not his daydream that Chuck is there? He
Yeah.
knows that it's the real Chuck Norris. How? How is this any different from any other moment?
Right. Because all the other moments he's out in public, so he can smell and see people. That's the same as going on now. There's nothing now that changes it to make him think this is real life. So I would have, I think, rather it be where he turns and he thinks he's in another dream
Right.
and maybe starts talking to Chuck, like, what is it, Chuck?
Yeah.
Who's in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
be involved in a dream, like try to figure out, well, where do you need me, Chuck? What are we doing? But no, they didn't do that. I feel like they dropped the ball. That would have been a better segue and would have shown Chuck his, like, what Miss Chen probably explained to him. His imagination about how he's always daydreaming about him and stuff. But no, they just went straight to, oh my God, he's real. He's here. And then Chuck's, why don't we go and win this thing? I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh.
If I was Barry, I'd be like, yeah, okay, you are a dream. Piss off.
Yeah. Now, on a side note, we were talking about that we didn't hear what Chen said to Chuck, right?
Mhm.
Now, what you just said, like he daydreams about you, he thinks about you all the time. As a celebrity, wouldn't you think, my God, stalker vibes?
I don't know. As a celebrity, I might be like, yeah, so him and like a million other people.
Right? So what makes him different than
Yeah.
everybody else?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a bunch of kids here who idolize me and dream about me. Well, yeah, you're, but of course, for the sake of the movie, he has to like sign up.
Right.
And then, okay, first competitions, the ladies are up. As we discussed, there's the ladies kata. So they do their thing. Miss Chen gets second place, valiant effort. Then Cellini is up with an 8-brick break.
Right.
And he succeeds. He beats his record from the previous year.
Right.
Next up is Mako. Mako's got 8, asks for another one. I was pretty specific. I made sure I counted. Okay, so he's got 9, which is why he now wins. He beats Cellini. So they're just 2 points behind in the whole tournament. Next up is nunchucks, and Barry's doing the nunchucks. Or is he?
It's so not him. This is where you know that the daydream comes in and it's somebody else who's doing the nunchucks. It's not him.
Do you love how they did it?
It's a
The
great
fact that the way they faded out into a dream.
right.
We get the feeling of, okay, he's doing his thing, but he's living it through a dream because he's nervous or whatnot.
Right.
And then right at the end, he's back to Barry.
Yeah.
And like so cheesy. Everybody's applauding.
I will
We didn't
say
see him
this,
do anything.
the white ninja guy is about 7 inches taller than Barry. So they really dropped the ball on who they were going to use for a stunt double for Barry in this one. But you're right. They did it great in a way where he goes into the daydream PowerPoint presentation, straight in, straight out. And then it's him again. Like it was classic special effects at that point.
So good because the commentators during the big round of applause, they were like, what a show.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel like, what? I only saw what the dream was. Like because we know, even though he may be saying or reenacting things, it's not necessarily exactly what's happening in real life.
Right.
So we saw the dream version of the chucking, which may have been amazing, but what really happened?
Right.
Like, did he just do a few of these?
Right. That's true. That is true.
We didn't actually get to see anything besides his imagination of what he thought it was.
Right. Yeah, that is true. It could have been something completely wasteful, but yeah, that's true.
But he wins it. Next round, next division or whatever you want to say is actual fighting.
Yeah.
Chuck versus Stone. We get the showdown.
So good.
I'm not sure if I've been waiting for Cellini versus Barry or Chuck versus Stone more at this point.
I want to say Chuck versus Stone at this point. Because
Great.
I've been waiting for that moment since the beginning of the movie where he's like, I will kick Chuck Norris's ass. And then so good.
When he takes off his shirt too and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
The fight was great.
Speaking about that too, is like when he gets kicked in the face and they do the over exaggerated flips before he finally lands on himself. That was classic special effects for the 90s at that point.
Yeah, it was a very typical effect. Thanks. Man, it was so good. But of course, he learns his lesson.
Yeah.
Like he basically he sees birdies. The next thing out now is Cellini's doing brick breaking.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did I miss something? So why are we back to brick breaking?
So they're doing the tiebreaker, right? Because both teams are tied.
Why brick breaking?
Why did he choose brick breaking? Because he's, again, waste of an ending of a movie because we wanted to see, it was all hyped up to see them fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but when they said, who gets to pick whoever, right? Why is it that they get to pick whoever on the team and that the heads, tails kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that Stone and Cellini are the ones that are able to pick what's being done? I thought the winner gets to pick who's forming. That was a stupid. I didn't like it. But again, like a stupid way to end it with the brick breaking. I'm thinking Cellini was scared to fight Barry because of what he did to him in the gym. And that's why he did the brick breaking.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very strange. I would have thought that Cellini would have wanted to fight because he wanted revenge. You embarrassed me in the gym. I'm going to really kick your ass now. But to not give us, the viewers, the showdown, the fight, I felt like a ripoff. Like, you're building this up. He's training, he's doing kicks, and he's doing punches and blocking. And then he doesn't use any of it. Not once. He uses the nunchucks, which, what if Mako had never given him the chucks that one day in the restaurant? Then he'd have no weapon training. Like, it wouldn't have worked. So, I don't know. Very, very strange.
It didn't make sense the way that ended.
But, okay. Cellini goes up first, and he's got 6 bricks that he has to break. We already saw him break 8. Like, where's the
challenge,
excitement, the challenge, the anticipation?
Of
I already know at this point. I know 6 break. Yeah, he's gonna break this. It's not gonna fail. So I don't know. It felt weird. But he breaks the 6. Barry comes up. They give him 7 now in order to keep going. He's got to beat the last guy.
Right.
So he gets 7. He breaks 7. Cellini is up now, and he gets the 8. Okay, like I said, he's already done 8 before.
Right.
But now this time, instead of doing the 8, he asks for a 9. Why? You broke 8. You know you can break 8. Barry's going to have to do 9. Just go with it. Unless you think Barry can do 9, maybe. Maybe he's like, oh crap, maybe if he succeeds with 9, I have to do 10, and I know I can't do 10.
Right.
So maybe that's why he's bumping it up
to
a brick
9.
faster. But if you can pick and choose how many bricks
why
you
didn't you do that in the first one?
Just start with it big. You think you can do 9, then do 9 right off the bat.
Exactly.
Game over. No back and forth.
Right. Yeah, that was stupid. And then
it didn't make sense.
Now, the rules of breaking the bricks. If it's the edges, it doesn't count. It has to be in the middle.
No, it has to snap in the middle.
Snap in the middle. Because like when I watched it, you could see that the edges broke, but the middle didn't. Okay. I was confused on that part.
And the key with breaking bricks is the spacers. If you don't have those spacers, it's hard to do.
Right.
With the spacers, that first one breaks, which pushes the second one and pushes the chain of events. But one of the announcers says something that bugs me. So Cellini asks for a 9th, and he's like, he's going for a record-breaking 9 bricks. I'm
Mako
sorry.
already did 9.
Yeah, are you a replacement for the other announcer? Did he go on break?
Yeah.
Because,
the
record's been broken.
I want to say it was supposed to be, the line was supposed to be personal record of 9.
Maybe, yeah.
Because in the other breaking, it was supposed to be he was going to try and break his personal record of 8, which he did.
His own personal, yeah.
Right? And then now he's going with 9, so it would be personal record of 9. So I want to assume that was a screw up in the script, but yes, I caught that as well. I was like, that's the grandpa or the uncle did 9 already. So what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. And well, obviously, like you said, that bottom one doesn't break.
Right.
So he only gets credit for the 9, right?
He got credit for 8.
Or sorry, for 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Barry now has to do 9.
Right.
And that's all he needs. Just do the 9, win. But you know what? 9's not enough. Let's hype this up. Let's really make this exciting. So the uncle comes over with lighter fluid that he happened to have in his pocket,
Again. Yeah.
and he doses it.
Why?
Why? Unneeded. Sure, it'll get him to focus more. I get that aspect of it, but this is not necessary.
Not necessary at all.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make, like, moving forward, they're not going to say 9 flaming bricks.
Yeah.
No, it's still just going to be 9. And then how was this even allowed? How is the uncle walking up there, lighting this thing on fire?
And nobody in the event has...
Nobody. None of the coordinators, none of the judges, none of them say, this isn't safe, guys. Do you have a fire extinguisher with you?
Okay.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
We can't do this. Time out. We got to put this out. Somebody grab an extinguisher.
Nobody. Not a single person. And then after the fact, not a single person put the fire out.
Right. Yeah. So he obviously takes them a little bit. He breaks through it and they crumble and there's a fire on the mat.
Yeah.
There's a fire on the mat. Guys, there's a fire on the mat.
So I was thinking this, I'm like, is nobody getting a fire extinguisher? There's a fire on the mat. And both of my kids are like, well, there's a piece of metal on the on the platform. I'm like, again, doesn't matter if there's metal. Where's the person with the fire extinguisher?
Yeah. It's unsafe. It's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
What if he had punched and caught his gi and flames and now he's on fire?
Yeah.
Like, there should have been somebody right there, like in Iron Man, where he's got that robot with the fire extinguisher.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody right there. Like, okay, dude, you can break this, but just in case, I'm ready to go.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't get it. But hey, he wins. That's the big climax. Defeating the bully just meant breaking more bricks. Okay. You know, the climax of Karate Kid was far better, even though it was an illegal kick to the face. But it was far better.
You're gonna say that, okay?
Our very last scene outside the arena or whatever it is. We've got Barry and Chuck having a nice little heart-to-heart outside. Again, Chuck, you've known this kid for 20 minutes. What are you doing? Was there better things to do?
Apparently not. But also the corny little comment of sometimes if you dream hard enough, dreams come true.
Right.
I've been dreaming about $1 million for the last 45 years. I have not gotten $1 million yet.
Where are the other fans? All the people that would be out there looking at him? Like,
Right.
I don't understand. There's nobody out there. However, once they walk away, we see that Barry's left his magazine, that famous magazine that he cared so much about. He's left it on the bench.
Yep.
So we're to understand now that he's just grown up. He's done with it.
Right.
Even though now he has met his idol and he has that more realistic, I think the dreams would wrap up. Like,
Right.
now I've actually met him. Now I know I've touched him.
Right.
And we'll just to assume it's done now. He's grown up. And another kid grabs the magazine and we see him in a wheelchair.
Okay. So we see him in the wheelchair. Me and my kids were watching this and we were watching the kid rolling off and rolling away with the magazine. And he was going towards what looked to be stairs. And we're like, he's going to fall down the stairs. Like, we just kept watching the credits to see if it was actually going to be a ramp or if it was stairs that this kid was going to fall down. But again, you saw that. Now, okay, I get it. Mako, you cured somewhat Barry's asthma.
Right. You were able to cure asthma with running. Which is the opposite of what you do when you have asthma.
Right. Exactly. So you cured Mako. Great. That's awesome. You used your Chinese herbs and spices and everything to help him with his lung capacity and everything like that. And the way it ends is you got a kid who grabs this magazine and he's in a wheelchair. Nothing against it. You could do whatever you want, but I'm pretty sure the karate thing that we have just watched, a lot of it they're not going to be able to do. They'll be able to do the nunchucks, they'll be able to do certain things, but like I've watched some of the Paralympics, they can do some things, but like why?
Well, okay. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, they do have the Paralympics. They do have martial arts. I've seen people without any limbs doing martial arts demonstrations. So they can do that. They can get around that. But The main thing is the curing asthma.
Curing
It
asthma.
was the whole point of the movie. How? And so he's got the magazine. You mentioned it was a magical magazine. Maybe it is. Is it going to cure this kid's legs?
I don't know. Is it gonna be another thing where Mako is the one that's gonna be curing it, or is there another Mr.
I don't know.
Miyagi or Mako that's gonna do this?
Is the magazine haunted? Is it now
Your ghost
the
theory again.
ghosts?
Ghost
Yeah,
theory. Okay.
this kid is not going to go through all those daydream things and learn karate or whatever other martial art. He's going to be cured because his sensei is going to get him out of that chair and doing laps somewhere. And it's a miracle.
I don't know.
Don't know.
The way that the whole movie was, and again, Mako cures his asthma, and they end it with a kid in a wheelchair, like you just said, the magical cure. Are they going to? I
Yeah.
really wish that they would come out with a sequel just to
Yeah,
see where
like-
this goes.
Is that the thing too? Like, was it a gag? Like, let's let people think that we're going to do a Sidekicks 2 with this kid. Was it just a gag? Were they actually thinking maybe we can do a sequel? Because I don't think it will work.
No,
I really don't.
no. No.
But that's the kid rolls off, and that's the end of the movie. So overall thoughts, overall rating. Roma, you go first.
So, like I said, I watched this with my kids. I basically posted the question to them as well. Like, if you were to rate this movie, this is your first time watching it, what would you rate it? So my son basically had a good idea saying that if they remade this now with new cast, new characters, the storyline is good. The execution was not. The acting was very bad, he said.
Okay.
The fight scenes were not fight scenes. You could totally tell that they were fake. He said he would give them a 7. I asked the same question to my daughter, and my daughter's like 5, 6. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to give, based on my children's ratings, a 6.5. I'm going to meet
Okay.
them in the middle.
Sure. 6.5. That's reasonable. I really enjoy this movie.
I know you
It's
do. You
fun.
said that in the pre-watch.
It's fun. I'm a fan of martial arts. So seeing, like the Karate Kids, there's tons of movies like this
Yeah.
where the one kid has to learn martial arts to stand up to the bully. It's a very common plot. So people think this is a knockoff of Karate Kid. It's not. It's just the same plot. It's all
Right.
Hollywood does is reuses stories. And I enjoyed the way they do it, with the exception of the lead up to the final battle. Not a fan. Would have preferred to have seen an actual match. Let's see the kicks and the punches that he learned from Mako. Let's see. Obviously he would win in the end. We know the good guy would always win.
Right.
But I guess maybe they just wanted to do something different. Everybody does the
Yeah.
fight at the end.
Right.
They wanted it different. Fine. Okay. I guess it works. But it was just anticlimactic for me. The daydreams, they're really pushing it. Like, we could have got away with half as many daydreams. I don't think we needed that many daydreams. We get it.
Think the daydreams were more to pay homage to all the movies.
Yeah, all to Chuck. Yeah, because again, it's starring Chuck. It's directed by his brother. It's all about Chuck.
But is it really starring Chuck? Because again, he's not in the movie until like the end. Like, he's literally in
But-
the movie for like 10 minutes total up until the end.
Yeah, but for sure he gets top billing in this.
I guess that's true. He's the top name. True.
So it does. You got to remember that a lot of movies, like I mentioned, Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger, he's the top billing. Robert Englund's top billing in the movie, highest paid of the movie, and he was in the first movie for maybe 10 minutes.
Right. That's true.
Because he's again in that one, he's only in the dreams.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's not about screen time.
True.
So rating wise for me, I'm gonna give it a very, very strong 8. Close. Do love it. Great movie though. Yeah. I guess we're done. Another one.
I guess we're done another one. Another one of our long ones too. Almost 2 hours.
Yeah. On another, Chuck Norris, great. I'm sure this would happen with any Chuck Norris movie we did. I'm looking forward to our next movie, which we won't
Right.
discuss right now.
Yep.
You're gonna take the reins on that one.
Yes.
I did these last two, so
Right.
it's all on you, man.
I'm not as good as you at these. So yeah.
Come on. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Anything, any parting words of wisdom?
No, just if you guys ever do come across any old movies of Chuck Norris, we do highly recommend watching them all, whether it's from the 80s or 90s. He isn't an actor, we will say that, but they are very entertaining movies. So I would recommend watching, again, Lone Wolf, McQuaid, I recommend watching Sidekick. I recommend watching pretty much anything that he's done is phenomenal work. So a homage to Chuck. You did an amazing job. You are a legend. You are a great action movie star.
Yeah. I would say he was taken from us too early. No, he was old.
He was.
He was old. It's just something we got to deal with as we get older.
That's right.
We start seeing our favorite celebrities going.
Yeah, which sucks. So
Yeah. But guys, make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, doing the thing for the thing because we need it.
Yep.
Love it. Other than that,
you guys have a good one.
see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching Two Dudes, One VHS. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow Roma and Alex on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content, and catch the full experience on Spotify too. See you on the next one!